This is a previous year Isro question. Consider a two-dimensional array X with 10 rows and 4 columns, with each element storing a value equivalent to the product of row number and column number. The array row major format is told. If the first element x00 occupies the memory address 1000 and each element occupies only one memory location, which all locations in decimal will be holding the value of 10. So the points to note here are, first thing is row major form. And the value of a particular location is the product of row multiplied by column. So we have an integer array. Assume it is an integer array int of x 10, 4. So there are 10 rows, 4 columns, and the indexing is at 0, 0, and it is stored in row major form. So first row would be stored here, and subsequently second row, subsequently third row, and so on. So row 1, row 2, row 3, etc. And we have 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This index would be 0, 0 because indexing starts at 0. So for row 1, column 1, indexing is at 0, 0. This is the important point, and this memory location would be 1000. Now the question that we are asked is to find the product. So 10 is possible only when we have 10 into 1 or 1 into 10 or 5 into 2 or 2 into 5. We have 10 rows and 4 columns only. So assume this as row and this as column. This is a possible combination. This is not a possible combination. This is a possible combination. This is not a possible combination. So only 2 combinations are possible. Row 10, column 10, column 1, and row 5, column 2. These are the possible combinations. Now the another important point to note here is that since it is in row major form, let's calculate the address for an element stored in row major format. Suppose x of m comma n. This is the x comma n. This is the row, and n is the column. The basic formula is base address plus n minus lower bound of row. Lower bound row into number of columns plus m minus lower bound of column the whole multiplied by size of each cell. Size of cell. This is the basic formula. Now plugging the values, we have two values, that is 10, 1 and 5, 2. So 10, 1 can be stored at location x of 9, 0. Since indexing is at 0, 0, row 10 will be at index 9 and column 1 would be stored at index 1. So the basic formula would be 1000 plus 4 minus 0 into 4 plus 1 minus 0 the whole into 1, which would equal to 1017, and the second one would be stored at x of 4, 1, that is row 5 would be stored in index 4 and column 2 would be stored in index 1. So we have 1000 plus 9 minus 0 into 4 plus 0 minus 0 the whole into 1, which would give us 1036. So in these memory locations, that is 1017 and 1036, we can have the value of 10. But none of the options are matching. So none of the options is the correct answer. And this is a question which was excluded from evaluations. So in sometimes what can happen is such erroneous questions can come. So we should not waste too much of time. If we are not able to get an answer, we should move on to the next question. This is one important aspect of writing and clearing the ISRO paper.